Welcome to this body scan meditation. Find a position where you can lie down flat, maybe on a bed or a sofa or a mat or rug on the floor. Just allowing your arms to fall naturally by your sides, palms up, feet just falling away from each other. Just adopting this open and gentle posture. Maybe just acknowledging here that this time out is a commitment to your own well-being. I'm not trying to achieve any special state in this practice, just observing what's here and now. As best you can as we go through the practice, just following the instructions. So now just taking a deep breath in and letting that go, and just allowing the body to just maybe sink into the floor or the surface that you're lying on a little bit, letting go of any tension in the shoulders or the back or the neck, the face. Really sensing that openness, inviting a sense of exploration and openness to this practice. Now just bringing your attention to your breathing, noticing where the air is coming in through the nose or throat. Noticing the rise and the fall of the chest and the abdomen. That movement in the body as the breath comes in and then exits the body. The in-breath and the out-breath. Tuning into the rhythm of the breathing. And again, just noticing what's there. Not trying to label or judge or add anything. Just observing the texture of the breath. Maybe it's flowing very smoothly today. Maybe it's quite shallow breath. Stickiness. Just noticing what's there. Noticing the belly as it's rising and falling, that small movement of the belly. And noticing your mind. Might be trying to steer you away to thoughts or feelings or tasks or things that you could be doing, just gently guiding it back to the practice as best you can. Remember, we're bringing a sense of gentleness, letting go of striving, just following the instructions and just observing as we go through. Now just allowing your awareness, your attention to flow down from the breath and the belly, down the left leg, all the way to the toes of the left foot. Just looking for any sensations in the toes of the left foot, maybe some tingling, heat or coolness, maybe a pulsing or numbness, just noticing any sensations that are in the left toes and allowing your attention to move from the big toe across all the toes to the little toe. Maybe seeing if you can breathe into that part of the body. And now in the same way that we look for sensations in the toes, we're just going to take our attention, our awareness through the foot. So coming into the ball of the foot, and almost scanning the foot with an awareness looking for any sensations, noticing the subtlest of sensations in the foot. So top of the foot where the skin is stretched over the thin bones, the ball of the foot and the arch of the foot. Coming into the heel, noticing any contact points at the foot, maybe a sock or shoe, or maybe you can feel some air moving across the toes if you've got bare feet. Noticing the heel resting on the surface that you're lying on. Just noticing any sensations in the left foot as we move into the ankle. Noticing the knobbly bones on the sides of the ankle. The part of the body that works really hard for us as we go about our day. Just allowing your attention to move from the ankle and up through the lower left leg. Noticing that fleshy calf muscle resting on the surface that you're lying on. Maybe sensing that bone that runs up through the middle of the lower leg. Noticing the shin at the front. Looking for any sensations as you move up into the knee. Noticing the kneecap and the small gap at the back of the knee. Again, another complex joint of the body. Very involved with movement. Allowing your attention now to move up through the thigh. Noticing the contact of that big fleshy part of the leg. Contact with the mat. Maybe you can sense that large bone that runs up through the middle of the thigh. Just as best you can, looking for any sensations in the left thigh as we come up into the hip area. Now just moving your awareness down the right leg, right into the toes of the right foot. Again, allowing your attention to start on the big toe and move across the toes to the little toe of the right foot. Noticing any sensations. Again, noticing your mind. If it's steered you away with some thoughts, just guiding it gently back into the toes of the right foot. Now moving your attention through the right foot, bones in the middle of the foot, the arch, coming into the heel. Again, noticing that contact point with the bed or the surface that you're lying on. Coming into the ankle of the right leg. Knobbly bones on the outside. Moving your attention now up the lower leg on the right side, just as you did on the left side. So looking for any sensations, noticing the calf muscle, the bone coming up through the middle. Just coming into the knee on the right leg. Moving up through the thigh of the right leg now. Again, just noticing any sensations as we come up into the hip area. And now just holding both of your legs in your awareness. sort of lower half of the body, just sensing the weight of that part of the body. Noticing the mind if it's trying to steer you away. And on the next out breath, we're just going to come into the hip area, the pelvis, the lower abdomen. Part of the body that's sort of housing lots of vital organs. Notice the sit bones and the bottom resting, contacting with the mat. The genitals at the front. A sort of complex structure of the pelvis that's allowing the legs to move and joining the legs to the rest of the body. Just noticing any sensations in this area. Again, notice the mind. It's trying to steer you away and just guiding it gently back as we move up through the main trunk of the body. Just contact of the back on the mat or the bed that you're lying on. Maybe moving up the back one vertebra at a time. Looking for any sensations. Remember, we're not trying to fix or change anything. Letting go of any judgment of wanting things to be a certain way. Just investigating any sensations as fully as possible. Moving up through the abdomen. Noticing that movement of the belly. That movement of the chest or the lungs filling with air as we breathe. That sort of breath almost expanding across the body, moving lots of parts of the body as the air comes in and exits the body. Just notice any sensations. Coming up into the shoulders. Again, noticing the movement of the shoulders with the breath. Subtle movements, just tuning in as best you can to any small sensations. Now allowing your awareness to just flood down the arms, from the shoulders down the upper arms, biceps into the elbows. Noticing that contact point of the arms with the surface that you're lying on. The elbows and that small indentation at the top of the arms where the elbow, that crease where the arm bends. Moving your attention now down the forearms into the wrists and coming into the hands. Very sensitive part of the body, helping us to navigate through our day, helping us to translate and communicate with what's around us, understand things that we touch and feel. Just looking for any sensations, again moving across from the thumbs and the fingers, the palms, any warmth or tingling. Sometimes there's a tingling like a sort of pins and needles sensation. Just noticing whatever's there. Again, notice the mind. It's trying to steer you away and guiding it gently back into the hands. Notice the backs of the hands, maybe resting on the floor. All your attention now focused in the hands. Now Now just seeing if you can hold the whole of the trunk and the arms and the legs, all of the body up to the neck. Just see if you can hold that in your attention. The weight of it, the space that it's taking up in the room. As we move our attention now into the neck area, across the shoulders, that sort of place where we can hold a lot of tension, and just noticing any tension there, just seeing if we can let that go, just playing with that idea of letting things go with the out breath. A sense in our practice that we can sit with difficult feelings and just let them be. Remember, there's no right or wrong here. We're just trying to stay tuned in to the sensations in your body. So now just moving up the back of the neck, coming up the back of the head, so noticing the scalp, the hair. Can you feel the hair on your head? Coming up over the top of the head and coming down the face, forehead, just scanning for any sensations, the eyebrows, the eyes and their sockets, cheeks, nose, the mouth and the lips, coming down to the chin. Notice the ears and the sides of the head. Try not to miss any part out as you scan down through the head. Just seeing if you can hold the whole of your head in your awareness. Noticing any sensations. Noticing the weight of the head. Noticing the contact point with the surface that you're lying on. And from the very top of the head now, just seeing if you can flood the whole of your body with your awareness. Right from the top of the head all the way down to the ends of the toes. Trying not to miss any part of the body out as you journey down. Just noticing the space that the body is taking up in the room. Notice that sense of being in the body as we come towards the end of this practice. And when you're ready, just opening your eyes as we end that practice.